Niggas crazy. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, I'm in this bitch, man. No, I can't change myself, not for nobody. I think all these niggas hating cause they broke pipes. And I know you don't get geek, you don't need pop mileage. I've been dressing in the southern Japanese girl. And now I'm in. And now I'm in. And I'm chillin' with a young brew. And I'm chillin' with the lit crew. And they watching me like you too. I'm amazing, I can't be you. But I tell her pussy be you. Let her free, drum I kill you. Ain't tell my yay, ayy, nigga fuck a graduation. We ain't got no hoes, boy, you at home masturbating. She love my flush, she say she love my dad cakes. She so pretty, she ain't do no damn playing. Fuck a piss, I shoot her where he downstairs. Put your hands up, hands up, hands up. Put your hands up, hands up, hands up. Put your hands up, hands up, hands up. Tell her wave it in her hair front. I put my beat in some bass on top of dance for me. I cannot be with my son, that my little home. I'm cut through, give a fuck out, this is dead home. No, I can't change myself, not for nobody. I think all these niggas hating cause they broke pipes. And I know you don't get geek, you don't need pop mileage. I've been dressing in the southern Japanese girls.
I am an addict. I want the cabbage. I want the baddest. Her ass the fattest. Couldn't go rattle. Picked her up in that Brabus. She wagging on smashing. She said I'm the captain. I am an addict. I want the cabbage. I want the baddest. Her ass the fattest. Couldn't go rattle. Picked her up in that Brabus. She wagging on smashing. She said I'm the captain. Chanel drug out of habit. I swag way harder. I might pull out like Dan and charge her, but my car do not take a charger. She done gave me a hell of an offer, but I'm high so I beg you to pardon. She try get me here but she ain't party. Then 1 second she's out of your day to realize I bet rapping like Martian. I got white with my knee when I'm dusty. Hold on, I think I'm broke nigga talking. When I'm in the trench, shake the guys and 40 Glock under my armpit. And I stay in the marsh, I link with the God, we all got a bondage. I know when it's hate, I'm one with the earth, I know all the elements. He thought he ate, my 999 is not an elephant. I took off the hood just so he could breathe, my car is a elephant. How you say I'm irrelevant when I'm the reason these niggas relevant? Reason I'm relevant, reason I'm relevant, reason I'm relevant, I got the hell of you. Reason I'm relevant, reason I'm relevant, reason I'm relevant, I was intelligent. Reason I'm relevant, reason I'm relevant, reason I'm relevant, I got the hell of you. Reason I'm relevant, reason I'm relevant, reason I'm relevant, I was intelligent.
Marcus with the tier 1. Tier 1?
I am an addict.
It doesn't even say how many years anymore.
I want the baddest. Her ass the fattest. Couldn't go rattle. Picked her up in that Brabus. She wagging on smashing. She said I'm the captain. I am an addict. I want the cabbage. I want the baddest. Her ass the fattest. Couldn't go rattle. Picked her up in that Brabus. She wagging on smashing. She said I'm the captain.
You made a kingdom fall in love. I'll take the pill, it's small enough. Too late, my systems run amok. I wanna beat somebody up like a bully. You think I'm a riot? I see the facade. You wish I'd be quiet. Don't reach to a god, a god. When a masterpiece turn into catastrophe, they get mad at me for living out my fantasies. All the castles in the sky come down crashing every time I speak my mind.
Good morning, everybody.
All the people swear my ego needs a repo, but I won't let go. In denial of it all, baby, tell me what it costs you to tell the truth.
Yeah, obey. Hey, baby, do what I say. Like it ain't no other way. Baby, do what I say. I say obey. Hey, baby, do what I say. Like it ain't no other way. Baby, do what I say.
Good morning, everybody. Oh, let me move it.
Bésame, mamá, como tú sabes. Déjame, mamá, como te gusta a ti. Bésame, mamá, como tú sabes.
Good morning, everybody.
Como te gusta a ti.
Te doy hasta mi último, último. Take my last breath away, me, I gave you
Alright.
back everything.
Alright.
Problems. No chase, trust, no chase, Alejandro. Way too much tequila, class and zoo.
Good morning, everybody. Discord is up. Share screen. That's what I gotta do. Okay. All right. All right. Let's see what we got. Let's see what we can do today, everybody. Welcome back to another day. I think today is a no news day, so I don't think we got much going on today. Just like unemployment claims, trade balance at 8:30. That's about it. Maybe natural gas storages, and then that's about it for the session. Tomorrow is NFP, so it's could be a big day. We'll see. Looks like there's a huge change in non-farm employment change though. Yeah, so we'll figure out that tomorrow. But I think today should be a pretty like decent day in terms of volume, just because of like how much you've kind of. Wow, this is like the daily looks exactly like the 1 hour right now. Or daily and 4, very similar. Or no, the 1 hour too. Anyways, yeah, just because like yesterday we kind of had that, or last night Asian, we kind of had that push, that VOM that came in. That was the VOM that we were kind of like looking forward to for yesterday's NY session. I was hoping you can come down to grab like those bottom wicks yesterday, so we can get like wick entry buys or whatever, right? But obviously that happened during the Asian session. So yeah, Asian popped down at 9. That's good though, right? Because then you move throughout the Asian all the way up until pre-London, and then pre-London kind of just range, or London kind of just range too since then. So it's good because the NY session should be pretty good as it picks up. The question is like, is now that I need to start my zoom up. Where my annotations at? So question is like, is this gonna be is this gonna be a bottom wick here, right? Like, is this whole entire move down, was it like a bottom wick to like continue back up above the range, or is this like a fake out now? Like, are we gonna start pushing back into the ranges there, right? Back into these areas there, and then start heading down towards the bottom of the range. So that's what we're trying to figure out for the session. because you came down, right, tap into the minor support zone. So there is something holding it right now. I'm assuming like within this range here. But if you start making way below that yellow zone, I could probably put a zone here below these areas then. Below there, then that could start taking us back into the range there. So if that takes us back into the range, then you're looking at this area here, right, to look for trades and for sells here, because at that point you'll continue. If you're able to break through here and then also the yellow zone, which is below like 44.87, this zone could change throughout the session depending on how much the top wicks you have here, especially if you like, because like the idea is like it's either you come back up to retest the highs to continue up, or you come down, right? But if you like only come up towards here, right, and then all of a sudden next thing you know you come back down, you can see this as what? What is this? Chat, what is this? Anyone know? What would this be? If you were to come up, not break the highs, and you were to hold a zone, what would that be? Lower high? Correct. So like you're a lower high, or like you're small time from liquidity now, right? Because what happens here is like you came down towards the support zone, you pull back up, create a lower high. So as that forms, you start to head back down to retest the lows, and then you continue, right? And then you're down towards like these areas down here. So yeah, that can be your lower high, that can be your liquidity, if you don't break these areas here. So with the information we have right now, we don't know where it's gonna go, right? Because you don't have that lower high, you haven't came up enough to tell us that this is gonna continue up yet, right? That this is liquidity down to go up, right? So it's now more so just about volume. Obviously, you can't get wick entry buys, right? You can't already tapped first initial reactions already. But I think we are close to sells. Like sells are like maybe 1,500 pips away, and then buys depends. Like also you could even come down and fill half the wick here, and let's say you don't break the yellow, as you come back up above these ranges, you can look for buys then, right? Because then what is this? This is just like your steeper higher low, right? You're still not breaking structure, so that can also be a possibility. So there's like a 3-4 possibility scenario today that could play out. So I'm hoping you get that volume, right? But right now I think just like it's like we're lacking in a bit of volume. All right, so I'm gonna put a couple of zones here. I'll put like this right here just as a minor support. That's kind of where you're hovering off of. We can also put the next resistance zone, which is gonna be, I think, up here, up at these areas. So that's gonna be a pretty key zone. And then on the way up towards these areas, you got like a minor support resistance here. You want to be cautious of taking buys here if you don't get a bottom wick, especially. It may look like clean traffic, but it's really not, unless you get structure on the way up, right? So like if it comes up straight up like this, be careful, because then that could just be a lower high to come down, right? Maybe even a wick entry sell there is a possibility. We'll see. But if you come straight up like this, right, no structure, like look at it. It's like high chance that can be a fake out that can be a lower high to continue this Asian session move, right? Or if you close above like this and you have structure, like you do have those higher lows on the way up, you do have those small pullbacks like this, and then as you continue to break above the highs there, that would be your continuation, right? Because then now all of a sudden you have like this your initial low, higher lows, higher lows, higher lows on the way up, right? So as you close back above here, you're like, okay, cool, amazing. You can look for continuation now. Right, but that's needed. What's needed is just like that structure, right? So that's gonna be very important. But if you push up without that, it could be a fake out, right? So basically, you had the liquidity yesterday for Asian, right? You had that bottom wick, and now you're trying to figure out if the small time frame is gonna create structure to continue up or to continue down based off of that move. Right, so you went from looking at, like, I know you're looking at 3 different things here, really. You're looking at this initial move down here, like this, right? And you're trying to figure, okay, well, are these your lower highs here, right? These areas, are these your lower highs to continue down? Because this move down was lacking liquidity, right? Or is this gonna be, on a small time frame, is this your higher low to continue up, right? And on a small time frame, even further than that, you're trying to figure out like, what the hell is this, right? Like, what's happening here? Are you gonna create more liquidity to come up or come down? So there's a lot of things you're looking at here. But overall, I'll say you're still like somewhat bearish, right? right? On like the higher time frame especially too. I'll say you're bearish until you break above like 5,000. Once you break back above 5,000, then okay, above that area, you can start to continue back up, right? But this is like the higher time frame. So yeah, that's the analysis. Just gonna have those zones marked up, and then we'll see what the session throws at us, right? But I think right now, just pay attention to this, like what's happening within this range, or what's happening within this range. That's very key. And these two yellow lines are very key too, 4709 and 4559. So 4559, 4709, 4559. $47.09. $48.41, $48.87. $44.87. So I'll leave it as that. And then we'll see what happens with the session. All right, chat, you got it? Yeah, it's pretty straightforward. Pretty straightforward today. It's just really about like how this volume kind of kicks in, and like yeah, just how this volume kicks in, and just like where you kind of go first, because then that's gonna give you like that set of direction. What else I'm missing? Any leg counts I'm missing? Two 1 hour leg candles here. There we go. There's my leg candle analysis. Two leg candles. What is that? 1 hour. Yeah, there's a bullish one here, and then you're looking at this one. Yep. How much is this range? So this range here, 500 pips, and then yeah, this is a 500 pip range, and then overall this is like your 1400 pip range, and within that range you got your 5000 pip range, and within that range you got your 7000 pip range, and within that range you got your 12,000 pip range. And now you're coming down for that monthly wick fill. All right, so that's like what we mentioned end of last month. I think it was Monday I think this week, or Tuesday. I think it was Tuesday, or was it Friday? I don't know, but monthly close bearish, right? So you can easily come down for like this wick fill first, and this is the first bearish candle, so it's gonna be a little difficult to say that you're like gonna come down and fill the wick and completely push down. I highly doubt that will happen, just because of how much volume and range you need to come down towards these areas. All right, and the reason I'm saying these areas is because that's your next support. That's your next clean traffic area. What likely can happen though is you can come down and fill the wick, and then you start to get reactions or rejections, right? And that could lead the candle to closing like doji or weak bearish, or maybe leg candle bullish, or maybe strong bullish, right? But this is only the first bearish candle. Like it doesn't take one candle to come to reverse the trend, right? It'll take a couple of stages first. Like you're gonna have to let's say come down, and then you're gonna start ranging, right? When you start ranging, you got resistance, you got support. It's more so about which one you can break out of first for volume, right? It's either below, back into the range, above, back into the range, above, holding structure to continue, below, right? Create structure to continue, but you need to go through like that range stage first, right? Which is why I think like you can actually sit here, not yet, because this is still printing the fill, because you gotta fill the range first. But once you do fill the range, you can spend a lot of time here. Who knows? It might even be a couple months. We'll see. But this is the monthly time frame, right? So that's why I'm saying that, because you haven't had a range on gold on the monthly since like, I don't know, if you started trading after 2020, you don't know what, or 2023, you don't know what a range is on monthly. So when people complain about volume, I'm like, bro, you are gonna complain about this volume that we have? Like, we're moving crazy amount of pips, right? But like, look, from 2020 to 2023, you're in like a range for 40 months, basically like 2, 3, 4 years, 3.5, something like that, 3.25. So yeah, you haven't had that range since. Like, you just been pushing up, like, directionally, right? Wait, my mouse clicking loud? No. But yeah. New month, usually bullish on market. Well, yeah, it has been bullish since like, every month has been bullish since like 2023 or 24, right? You have like a couple bearish candles here. So yeah, I knew every month would be bullish, but that's if you've been trading for like since 2024, right? Because just because you had this one bull run, right? So this is like the first bear candle, like strong one that you've had since. Like, I don't think you've had a bear candle this big, like, ever in history of like gold. So to have like a bear candle for the first time, I'll imagine that this monthly could start off coming down first for a bottom wick. I don't think it's ready to like reverse or like correct this. I don't think this is gonna happen, but a wick fill, right? Your next destination. That's highly likely is to happen. Especially with a weekly leg candle too. So what question is it this week? Is it next week? All right, which week is it gonna be? And I know I saw yesterday, like I made that video yesterday about how you're gonna get a correction of this, like whatever this is right here, right? Like that mushy range. And then people were saying like, yo, that was news from Trump. I didn't realize that was news from Trump yesterday during Asian, right? But without even looking at news or like expecting, like just looking at pre-price action, basically able to identify how like weak of this range was, right? Like, and then looking at how fast the correction was, meaning that those buys from Tuesday and Wednesday, I mean, not that they were like not directionally bullish, but just like in terms of the movement, it could have been better, right? So that's kind of why I held out of buys yesterday for the NY session, because I wanted to see a bottom wick first, and you just couldn't get it. So as prices kept driving up, I'm like, okay, whatever, right? Next zone, we'll look for wick entry sells for a bottom wick to go up. But that never happened as well. But you can see like this is your 1-2 pop. Right, like see this range here took maybe like 52 candles, right? And then you got a correction within like 5 candles basically, or maybe no less. Yeah, 5 candles, 4 to 5 candles coming down. Majority of it was 1, right? So what does that tell you? Like that tells you that the bearish push down has been more dominant, right? So then today it's just a cherry on top. It's like the final pieces to the puzzle, trying to figure out, okay, how will this continue to stay down, right? And then you go back to your earlier stuff, like range is here, right? So what could this be? You can break above. If you break above, be cautious of the buys, right? Which is why I said be cautious of the buys today above 47.09. Don't get structure, because it can any given point be a fake out. If it's a fake out, why would it be a fake out? Because you're in a blue range, right? So first breakout above could lead to us breaking back into the range, and then as you continue back into the range, you fill that range, and then you continue down, and then you can look for ideas. You can look for ideas like you want to hold off on this because you don't know what's gonna happen here. It might not even fake out, right? Might come up, but hold on those ideas for buys. You can look for ideas for fake out into the range here, or you can look for them below here, right? But you're just missing like the top wick to take ideas here right now. So that's the difference between like right now at these zones versus like if you were to get a top wick and then back into the range, because that's two different ideas now. Two different, a lot more confluences. So that's why you also need volume too, right? Because like this push up, if that were to happen, it would be like 800 pips. So that's like one 30-minute count yesterday for late New York, or what am I saying? Early London, pre-London, 130, 1200 pip candle, and an Asian 970. What's up, Cookie? I don't see Cookie. He's in Divas 01. He said, good morning, good morning. Shout out to Cookie for passing his funded. He sent me a text last night. He's like, yo, I passed my funded. I'm like, hey. Do you think we would trade today? Stand on what you said. You've seen on volume. Right now, no, but I'm just waiting for kind of volume to pick up. I don't know. If volume could pick up, volume might not. You might be sitting in this range for the whole session, right? So it's just a matter of like whatever I point out earlier that prints. Like if any of those things print, then yeah. But like, I can't really control like what time or like how or when, right? That can happen during like 4 p.m. today after we hop off, or like 12 after we hop off. But I would assume you have volume. Like that's one thing. I just don't know if like you'll get how early that'll come. But I would assume you have volume just because like you've ranged since London. So you had a whole session, like you ranged since pre-London. So London range and then pre-New York range too. So like that whole transition to NY has range, which means that you've taken a little break, right? It should be ready to speed up again for the NY. It's just like, is it 9:30? Is it 10? Is it gonna be like 10:30? Is it 11? Is it 1? So I'm hoping like 9:30 or earlier. See what this takes you. What is this? You know, this is just like, let's just block this out. You have a leg candle. Right there. 2 of these are dojis. If you close like this, 9. Tomorrow's a holiday. Not for US though. I think there is holidays tomorrow. But not for US. Tomorrow's NFP, so pretty big day in the US. But I don't think there's a like, when's the next US bank holiday here? I don't think you even have one coming. Next bank holiday for the US is May 25th. Memorial Day. I wonder if we can get wick entries actually. What do I have? $47.09. It's like 800 pips away. Damn. Do I use the same price action type thing on Bitcoin? No, I don't trade Bitcoin. Like the strategy that I had here was like built on XCU. I'm sure it could, like, you could use it on other pairs, but I've only like mainly used it on XCU. But as long as you have candles, I would assume it's the same shit. Is Bitcoin still in that range? Let's see. Bitcoin over here is, yeah, still within this range. So this is the range that we used, like, I think we broke down a couple of weeks ago on Bitcoin, maybe a couple months ago. I would assume you'll spend some time in the range. You still got to come down, like, tap into these zones here at 46 or 56800. But this is like where you'll spend a lot of your time in until you break out. Could be a fake out. First break could be a fake out. But which way though, right? But I would assume this is the next stage. Just spend some time in the range together before it takes off again towards, I'm not sure where yet, but this is the next stage. 5's not bad here on gold. Like you have like these small lower highs here, right? So it's like slowly trickling down here. I think we'll find out once it breaks below 45.59. If it continues to break below there, continues to just push, then ideas are for us could be below within this range here. That's like 700 pips. Got some volume here. Let's see. What's this gonna lead to? My things are on, right? Nice. So same concept, right? Look how long this kind of took to, actually this wasn't bad. This move up wasn't too bad, but so far the move down has been a lot sharper. So let's see if that could continue below 45.91 here. And I'll be your 1 hour flip. So this is good. Got some volume early in the session before 9. And you have a 4 hour closure in about 37 seconds, which looks like it's gonna be bearish. So then comes let's see, what is this? 3661. It's not bad. All right, 1 hour opening here, guys. 1 hour closed, like weak bullish. So it looks like you close. You can say even holding these zones here, right? Like going across is like a support here. You're holding these areas right here too. So as you break the lows, can you get a break into 45.59, right? So I got nothing going on in my head for ideas within this range, because I'm looking to see. I was looking to see if you could tap into it and it continue to hold, right, for continuation, or is this going to be like a bottom wave to kind of make your way back up, right? There is a leg kind of right here, so that's good. But the only way I was looking for, I think, sells within this area was if you came up towards like these areas first, right, and you make your way back down. So you got 200 pips to go. That opening was pretty strong too, right? That opening was a 200 pip candle. It was very good. I'm gonna get my coffee. You're added with the 9 months. Thank you. Nice. This is good. It's not bad. Yeah, we got a little bit of structure here too. So like nothing's wrong with this range, right? It's just more so about needing structure. Like I wanted to see earlier like a lot higher. But it's gonna be bad. Like, I mean, if you create more lower highs, there is a small chance we can get ideas within this range here. There is still a leg candle here, right? Did you get the body reaction? No, right? Or did you earlier? I think you got one earlier. I think we got one earlier already. What time was this? This was at 7:40. You get the leg candle body reaction, and then you had a pullback, lower highs. So now it's just about if you can hold into the leg candle body area, which is this range. $47.09, and then you got 46.61. Did you see Ye yesterday? Last night? Yeah. At SoFi. 1 hour late might get filled. But I missed any ideas? No. Maybe like I'm looking at potential like wick entry sells at 4661.9. Originally it was 4709, but it could be a 4661 instead. Let's see how you come up here. If you come up, I would imagine if you come up towards 4661 for the wick entry sell idea, we can look to probably TP at around like 4639. I think a 200 pip range there. But that's if it just comes up within like one reaction, one initial push. Not bad actually. Only 400 pips away. Why isn't there a US bank holiday tomorrow though? Like y'all don't got Good Friday? Wait, so is Monday Easter? No, Monday is Easter. More Bizum. Yeah, top wick here. Top wick for the new 5 or 1. Yeah, the 1 create a top wick 2. 4 in the 1, and now the 5's flipping. But you only got a minute left, so let's see if that flips or closes weak bowl. Weak bowl. So you can say weak bowl holding like these zones, right? So still holding that area. This is a decent lower high here, right? Some more structure. Add on to the rest of the structure areas, the rest of the lower highs here. So is this gonna give you a pop? Will I make copy? Will you make copy ever again? What's copy? Oh, you mean a man part 2? Yeah, coming soon. Hell yeah. No, I don't have any I just have my my own right now. Nice. So hold let's see. 93 is very important because that's the like kind of body area. You want to see it like hold that zone there below 93 here. Looks like you have some glitches incoming. Let's see. Let me start recording the stream just in case we get something. Can we get another top wick here? 47, what was that? 47.03. Holding below 93 here. Can you get a push through? Still like, yeah, this, I'm assuming if we get any ideas, it'll at least be below 7.7. I do want to see another top wick though, because originally we had ideas below 5.59, right? But 4.577 could be doable, just based on if you get more lower highs there within this area. I don't know if this would be your 4 of a lower high, or if you're gonna create a steeper one. But if that was your high so far, and you just say you pull back up, create another high, right? As you break back below these ranges again, you have more lower highs on the way down now, and then you can look for ideas, because it just evolves around the 1 hour leg candle here, right? See, this 1 hour leg candle is like 380 pips. You're looking for any buys? Yeah, buys are doable, but I think my buys are like pretty far away from where we are right now. Like, I think my buys are more so above at least 709, at least. But yeah, I have ideas for buys too. Because I'm assuming if you come back up above 709, ideally above 801, 48, 41, but above here, right? You're looking at this move down from yesterday, Asian and like London, as your higher low to continue up, right? Because you're still like overall bullish. Looking at this daily as well, so you're trying to figure out what that is, but it might not be a higher low, right? Could just be continuation back into the range to follow with the 4-hour time frame. So buy ideas are definitely valid. It's just a lot further away, right? Sells and buys are both valid. Always. But within this range, no. Because this range is gonna be a lot more unpredictable as to what's gonna happen between like 45.93 and like no higher, but like between these areas here, it's a lot more unpredictable. So yeah, top wick again. Didn't tap 4607. Right? Did you get top wick again? I think you did. I think you were maybe 100 pips away from tapping 4607. That was your blue zone. Mario Lundquist, thanks for a tier 1. Mario Lundquist. That's 2 today. No, that's 3 today. We had Marcos, Addy, and Mario. Addy, I didn't even know you were a member for 9 months. I thought you just became a member. What's VSA? Is that any? I think that sounds familiar. Is that the volume indicator? The one that looks like this? You know what I'm talking about? We can honestly just draw in like indicators. There's no need to even use indicators. You can just draw it in. Like, look. Let's find it. What indicator is that? I forgot. What is that? What the fuck is that? I remember. These are my old indicators. I think, right? Is this the one? Ah, this might be the one. This might be the one. All right, looking for damn, look. This is like fuck. Sorry. Volume strategy analysis. The glitch? Yeah, we do the glitch. Chat, what was the indicator you've used the most in your career, in your trading career? Like, what has been like your favorite indicator? Mine is Ichimoku clouds. That's like, I'll say that's the best one that I've used ever. No free promo. The VWAP pivot to MACD. I remember using MACD. Moving average. Moving average is not bad, Addy. Moving average is not bad. What are you even using the moving average for, though? Isn't the moving average like the area you spend the most time in? Like, if let's predict. If I were to draw a moving average, if I were to put that up on my screen, you'll probably see some around within this range, I'm assuming, right? Ain't that what that is? Let's find out. Oh, well, you look at that. Moving average. The area you spend the most time in. You can dead ass just look at the fucking candles. Let's see. What else is there? What's simple moving average? Similar thing, right? Ichimoku cloud. So you might get some clouds within this area. Well, look at that. Some clouds within that area. What else is there? Hold on, I gotta look at this. Gold's actually moving here. Re-breaking the lows again. So you got another high here, guys. You got a lower high here, and then you got a lower high here. Right? Question is, why is it struggling so much to break below the support zone? Why? Why aren't you just pushing through? This is like the 5th time you're coming down. Some might say you got a double bottom. Some might say you got a W pattern printing. Don't know. But you are not pushing down as cleanly. So let's see if you can push down cleanly. That is a 5 leg? No 5 leg. That is not a 5 leg. That is a bearish 5 though. Could be treated as one maybe. Hey man, can we take your trade and prop firm account because you hold it for so long? I hold it for long. Even in opposite direction. Yeah, you could, but you're gonna have to use a much smaller like you're gonna have to look at the stop loss and then what's your limit? 5% limit. So you gotta find like the smallest lot you can use or the most minimum lot you could use that will cover up for that stop loss size. Some people are not fond of that, right? Because the risk is too small. So that's not my problem no more. But if you're okay with like lower lots, then I'm sure you can hold because there's no like, as long as you measure the right limit, right? How many trades taking a week? I don't know, a couple, like 2 or 3. This week we had 0 so far. Monday I wasn't here, and then so far just 0 trades. Perhaps his order's retesting 4709. Hey, perhaps. If we get a 4709, then we can then look for sells below. That'll be great. That would be great. Can I tap the blue zone? It's re-breaking the highs from earlier, right? Re-breaking the 22 highs. So can it make its way up towards 4606.55? Or 4607. Can it re-break? NYC in 3 minutes here. That might bring us some volume. Don just joined Y4709. It's just like a minor resist. Like I'm just looking at this. Like I just saw like some rejections here, so I'm assuming like if it were to go up, that would be an area that you'll struggle at. So I don't know if they'll reject there, right? But that is a zone for 709 or 4607. 4607. But yeah, that is a minor zone. And above that is going to be like 4661, which is our wick entry sell area, if that were to come up there. $500 pips to go. Let's see. Do you think come back to 4790? I think there's potential, yeah. I think if you break above 4709 and hold above there, I don't see why not. Above 4715, 4709, because then you start to flip on the 4 back up. But the question is, can you come up here first, right? So I don't know. But if it does, then that starts to correct the move from London and Asian last night, right? Above 47.15. Tapped it, right? So I don't know if this is a reaction, a rejection zone, but it is like areas that you've struggled at before. So you tapped it, which means that if you were to come back down below 45.77, we can get ideas below there now for the sells, right? So this was a zone that we wanted to see tap if you were to push down below 45.77. 1 hour reflip 2, 4 hour reflip 2, right? 30-minute opening, NYC opening, got some volume. How much was this? 8-bit reaction, damn. Let's see. Can it make its way back down below 45.77 now, right? So you're like roughly like a 180 pips away. This move right here could have also been your higher low too, right? Like, because this is your initial low. So this could still be your higher low. There's potential if that holds. I think we can delete this zone now too. This 4709 now, because you already tapped it, right? So if you retest, if you re-break that, that won't become like the same valid zone anymore. You'll probably likely break through. Maybe towards like these areas next. So I'll delete the blue zone now. What was 45.93? Oh, the 1 hour body. True. Let's delete this too. At what point do you consider a level zone being held? Like for instance, like right here, like let's say 45.77. Like right now, it is a bit. I'll say it's a bit too early to tell. But like literally, once you actually like reject, right? Okay, cool. That zone held. But we're like when you're looking for trades, like you don't want to be in like a situation where you're trying to take it off of a zone being held or not. You know what I mean? Like right now, like it's like you probably don't want to take a buy here, right at these areas because this can easily still like push through. Right? So like if this gets held, if it ends up being held there, you'll see it reject. Right? And as it rejects, you're looking for like buys above like these areas. So then as you close back above there, and then hopefully some structure, right? Which is why we have wick entry sales there. Yeah, like that. Above here, we'll look for more ideas for buys, right? And then this zone would have been held. But right now, it's way too early to tell if this is going to be held or not. There is a zone here, right? And you can say that this could be a higher low. But I'll say the probability is a little less to be higher low just because of how you're looking on like the higher time frames, like on the 4. But there is a chance it could be higher low. Like, is that what you mean by being held? Like I wouldn't consider, like this is very weak. This zone here at 46.07, that's like that was a minor zone, right? That blue zone earlier. I didn't think it would hold, but it's more so like areas you can reject that. So if this kind of were to flip and break, you're likely to push through. So there's a lower chance that that would hold at that area. SMT? What's SMT? Is that smart money? I'm not sure about SMT. It's basically higher lows or lower highs. Yeah, what about it? What about SMT? Still holding like the resistance zones here. Like you're still holding these areas right here on price. method. You asked if I take wick entry buys or you wait for wick buys, right? Yeah. So no, it depends. Like there are breakouts, there are wick entry buys, wick entry sells. But it depends on the situation, right? Like right now, like the reason we're not really like actively hunting is because we're waiting for volume to kick in for 1 and for 2, waiting for zones to be tapped first, right? So you already tapped 4607. So if you tap 4607 for the top wick, if you were to come back down below into 4580, there could be potential ideas below there, but likely the secondary break. So that's not wick entry buy. That would be more so of like breakouts, right? That's if you come back down. If you come straight up towards 4661, then that will be our wick entry sell at that area. We had ideas for that. Wick entry buys won't be until you actually start breaking above into maybe this zone, above 4661, but above 4709, right? Because you're waiting for wick entry buys, you want to wait for price to actually be like heavily bullish, like directional, right? Right now it's not bullish directionally yet. It's still very dominant on the bear side. So if you get a correction of this move from yesterday's London, that's when I'll look for buys right above here. I'll look for wick entry buys. So like as you make the way back up, right? All those higher lows that you print could be like your ideas for wick entry buys to continue. So yeah, they're available, but right now, in like where we're sitting, no, I don't know where I can get in. Or at least for me, I don't have anything. Right? If you want to like buy low, sell high, you could do that. Like this is considered your buy low area, but how do you know that you're not just gonna follow yesterday's London and Asian trend, right? To retest lows and drive through. So you don't want to be in a position where you're trying to like get stuck in that area. All right, re-breaking the highs here. 15 opened up. So can we get some volume? NYC opened up and didn't do anything too crazy yet, but I would assume it'll only pick up. How far are you here? 46, 50, 500 pips away. So still pretty far. Holy, you're actually moving. Let's see. You were 500 pips away, now you're 400. So it's still a little far, but if it's pushing at this rate, let's see. It's got maybe next struggle zone, I'm assuming, would be maybe in these areas. 46, 32 zones. Let's see if we get the wick entry sells at 4659, right? That's what we're looking at right now. 4659 wick entry sell areas. If we get that, you're looking at What our stop's gonna be. And 360 pips away now. Yeah, I'll say like 49.23 could be your stops above there. Let's see, can it come straight up here? So you want to see it like come straight up towards like 5.9 without creating structure, right? Your idea here is like first initial reaction after this major push. So that's our area. But you don't want to see it like, let's say it comes up like this. And then let's say these areas, it like pull back, right? You rebreak the highs, because then we'll have to move that zone up. We'll move it up towards maybe like 47.15 above those areas. But this is volume, right? You can see like the way the candles are pushing here compared to like the push down earlier. It's like, why did it struggle so much here, right? It tapped almost 7 and then still couldn't come down. So as it rebreaks, it fills its range now. And the next area now is going to be, it could be a struggle here, but if it's not, then straight up towards 46.59, right? And that's our wick entry sell. So hopefully you don't struggle here. And TP is going to be probably like around here. We'll attempt something like that. 46.32. So this is still good here. If this does pull back from here down towards like 46.22, then I'm gonna move that zone up. Your next area would be 47.15, I believe. 47.11, 47.15, like above here. That'll be my next area. All right, no pullbacks. Let's see. 200 pips away. Can you get a pop? Stops. Yeah, stops were 49.23. So I think that's around 2,500. So I think I'm gonna use like a 0.04. 0.04 lot. If you get the wick entry sell there. If we get 47.17, it's a little less. That'll be the same area roughly. So no like heavy pullback yet. You got a small low there, right? You didn't want to see like consistent pops like this on the way straight up there. But obviously you run into some reaction zones here, right? But yeah, if this does, I'll move it up a little bit. I'll say if you pull back down towards below 27, I'll move it. I'll move the wick entry so a little higher. But now at least like, look, you're set up for the sells. It's like you have the pullback, right? If this is a lower high or liquidity, as you make your way back below into these areas, you can look for sells below here. So instead of like looking for our sells below 45.77, right? Since we have a steeper high, you can look for ideas a little ahead. So there could even be like 45.93 instead. Because then below that, that's like what? That's your fake out back into the range, right? Below here. So that'll also be an option too. Don, this is now bullish, just retrace then sell. I think we're gonna move this. There's a pullback at 47, down towards 47.27. So I'll move it towards 47.18. Next area. Is it a pullback, you said? Would you ask? Is this now bullish or just retraced and sell? I'll say like it'll be bullish. I wouldn't say it's bullish yet. Above like 47.20 areas, that's when it'll be like bullish, or a lot more bullish, because then you're breaking through these areas, plus you're breaking through here. So that's when the structure does a shift, right? If you look at like the structure here, look at this, right? Like you're still below those areas there. So at what point are you gonna flip, right? I'll say like at least above here. At least above there, right? So you do want to see that pop and then hold, and at that point you're bullish. But this can still be a lower high, which is why we also have the sell ideas below below here now, right? Because if you were to break below here, then these are just like nothing different. This is just a lower high on price, right? One hour closure in 5 minutes here. So we'll see how that closes. Pretty good NY though. Like you had early volume. You've had this push just now. I think this is just more volume kicking in, right? So the next up should be direction. Set. Bro, what are you waiting for? It was clear up for rejection, the FEG. I don't have FEGs. I explained everything that I'm waiting for today. Has it printed? It hasn't printed yet. Not yet. But we're coming closer. We had ideas at 5.9, 46.59 for wick entry sells, but only if you came up with consistent pops. But you've had a pullback here. So this was your first initial reaction. Right? So we can't get the 46.59. So I moved the wick entry sell idea up towards 47.18. And then for continuation of sells back down, that is going to be now below 46.05. So if you were to make your way back down now, then below there, that is my sell. If you make your way back down there. We don't know if it's going to make your way back down there. Right? If you do, then that's our continuation of sell back into the range. And then for buys, I'll need to see it pop above into 47.18. Above there, right, will be continuation. So that's what I'm waiting for. Everything that I said this morning is exactly what I'm still waiting for. Maybe with now ideas for sells though, below 46.05, because you actually have like a push up that corrected this move, right? So if this were to come down now, it's like, why would it come down? There's no reason as to why this should come down. But if it does, that's your move, right? And then this right here will be your lower high. Make sense? Like, there's no reason as to why it should come down at all, right? But the move up is pretty strong up. So if you were to, if it were in some universe to come down to correct this move, it will be a lot faster than the move up, because like there's no reason as why it should come down. So if it does come down, it'll be a 1-2 pop. Like, this may look like a 1-2 pop up. So it's like the move down can only be stronger if it were to come back down, back below 46.05. So pay attention, right? Like, if this were to correct, still got a long way to go. Like, this is like your next support, so you could still get a higher low here. If anything, that'll be good for the buys now too, because that adds on to the ideas. But there's something here, right? But if you start breaking below here, things can get a little crazy. Below this this area right here. Because you still got that 1 hour leg candle, right? But 46.05 is a jump start to that. So it's a little ahead of the 1 hour leg candle, but like I don't see a reason as to why this should come down again, unless this entire move upwards with liquidity and lower highs to continue back down, right? But there's absolutely no reason. Like, generic price action, this should come up. What are you waiting for? Yo, you gotta be fucking deaf, bruh. God damn. I just explained what I was waiting for. I just broke the whole thing-majiggy down, bruh. Are you fucking, like, god damn, bruh. I don't want to sound like a repeated telephone, you know? But just go back 5 minutes. I'm sure you're not deaf. You just want to hear the words buy or sell. I don't give those words out because I don't have any buy or sells right now. So that's probably why you're asking that question. Sorry. Weird price action today. I think it's not bad. It's not bad. I wouldn't say weird. I just think you're gonna get a big move. What do you like? Do you guys think we move a lot more for this NY session compared to the other NY sessions so far? I think so. I think this is the best NY session so far this week, because all these moves have happened during like London or something, and it's only the start. It can only really get better from here today, right? Like, what did you move today so far? You moved 620 pips, right? Let's see. Yesterday didn't do much. Yesterday moved Yesterday moved like 6:30, but that was after 11. Tuesday moved 580. Monday moved Monday was pretty decent. We weren't here though. Monday moved 570. So already today's the biggest NY session of the week, right? So that was thesis was correct. But that was your London setting you up for that. London last night in their Asian. Not gonna lie, this isn't goes down to buy. I never said it wasn't. I'm looking for above 47.09 though, because that's when structure breaks. Like there's still a possibility that this can be a lower high to come down. So that's kind of what's holding me out of the ideas. But I never said it wasn't a good idea. It's just not my idea. You know what I mean? I think you're gonna get a big move here at either end, because you're like everything's set up already. Like the only next thing you have the volume this morning at 8:30. You had continuation of volume right just now from like 10, and now it's just directional. Now it's just about picking direction. No matter where you're going, I'll be directional. If you go up, directionally bullish. If you come back down, directionally bearish. Right? But it's like everything's set up now. Set up and ready to go. Isn't that a double bottom? Could be a double bottom. Very well could be a double bottom. Could also be double top. You know what I mean? Because it's the same thing basically. So. RSI divergence on the 1 could also be a RSI divergence on the 1. Yep. Could also be a divergence on the 1. Y'all think we're gonna get a trade today? Let's see, re-breaking the highs, 1 minute light candle. Let's see what happens here. Can you explain what order block means? You're asking the wrong person, man. I don't know what order block means. Gotta ask someone in the chat that. Odell Beckham. Why isn't it going up? It should go up, right? The same way earlier it should have came down. Why isn't it? It's retesting the lows. Now it's retesting. It's struggling. Why aren't you going up? You should go up. How far are you away from the next area? You are 710 pips away from that next zone. Maybe you could find something between. Maybe. 46.90. What is that? Is there anything spectacular there? 46.90. Anything in that area? I'm gonna keep 47.09. Let's see. There's not 46.99. What is that? 46.99 might not be bad. It's only 100 pips less. No, 200 pips less. Yeah, it could be a 46.09, 46.99. That would only be 450 pips away, so that's not bad. That's like one candle, right? It's not bad. Not bad, not bad, not bad. Because then you'll break through here, and then that should give you a pop for clean traffic up. In case you guys are wondering why I'm not looking for buys here, right? Why am I just waiting for price to come up? Like, don't you know it's gonna go up, Don? If you're looking for ideas there, no, I don't know if it's gonna go up there. That is just an idea in case it goes up towards 46.98. I don't know if it's gonna come up from here towards 46.98. That's the difference, right? But if it does, that would then be my idea. Because if I knew it was gonna go up here, or if I had an idea for ideas here, I'll be in the bus, right? But I think there's still a chance that this can be your lower highs to continue down. So that's why the sell ideas are set up below 46.05 now, right? And the buy ideas are, I'll say, more so above here once you break through this next push. But I don't know if it's gonna come up here. You know what I mean? Bro, why is the DXY and gold moving in the same direction and one of them is lying? Yeah. Sometimes they may move together and then all of a sudden just... Do we have any news today? News... We got... No news today. Maybe 10:15 and 10. You have 10:15 here. FOMC member Logan speaks, and then 10:30 you got natural gas storages here. So yeah, you got those two things. What's rating dog services? Oh, tapped into 5.9. Are you gonna get a pullback? What's gonna happen here? So tap into our original zone, but unfortunately there's just way too much structure coming up there, right? So we couldn't get any wick entry sells here. Let's see. Are you gonna get a correction now? But bro, aren't we still overall bearish? Overall, you're bullish. Overall, you're bearish. half overall, you're bearish. So overall, you're bullish. You see why? Overall, you're bullish. Half overall, you're bearish. Quarter overall, you're bearish. 1/10 overall, you're bullish. So it depends on what you look at, right? So you have a lot of conflict, basically. But this right here, right? Your lows, higher lows, this can be a higher low to continue up, to correct the entire move, right? That's why, like, if you break above into that 47, like into that range there today, back into this area, then you're gonna continue, likely, towards the top of the range again, right? Towards these areas, next. And then from there, you'll probably like spend a little bit of time in the range here. But like in terms of like the small time frame, yeah, you're still like looking at the one, like you're looking at this, like this could be a lower high to continue down, right? So in that sense, yeah, like you're still bearish until that these areas here. You know what I mean? Why you never take the sells at 46.61? We had I had initial sell ideas there for wick entries, but we had structure coming up. Right, if it like the way it flowed up was good, but then when he started to like do this, right, the moment it created that first higher low, I'm looking for the first initial reaction, because I'm not looking for like, we weren't looking for a sell here to like reverse. It was more so for a pullback to continue up, right? It could lead to reversal, but we didn't know that. We just knew that there's a reaction zone there. So when it came up, and it was maybe like, it wasn't too far, but it was like 140 pips away. Right, you got a reaction already for like 110. That was your move. So even though it didn't tap 60, the idea was there. Like the idea was that the first initial reaction already happened. So that's why you wanted to see clean candles coming all the way up towards 5.9, right? So it would be a good idea to buy from, I mean, the 5-minute FVG. And Vol PLC 46.25, 46.25. Like, aren't you past 46.25 now? Are you looking for a wick entry buy? I'm avoiding all of this. My next sells are below here, below 46.05. Buys in this area. Still very unpredictable, because this can be a lower high. Remember you mentioned how like overall isn't it bearish on the one, right? If it's overall bearish on the one, it means that this right here could be a lower high still to continue back down to retest the lows. So since the idea is there, it's flawed. Why would you want to predict buys in that area, right? Because you said overall bearish, right? So like, why would you want to be in a situation where you're trying to predict where it's going to go up from? Wait for it to actually go up. Wait for it to actually break above the ranges. Like here, right above 46.18. Okay, cool. Above there, you can look to continue, right? If you're breaking through all of this and all of this. Above there, structure breaks, and the rest of the move from Asian last night gets corrected. And now that will be your buys. But you don't have to predict it from here. Because if this is overall bearish, right? We don't know if it is, but if it is overall bearish here, this could be a lower high. right? And if that's the lower high, then this can get corrected back down to retest the lows and then do all that. So there's conflict, right? But what you want to be in the middle of the ranges, in between. If anything, you want to let this play through. How far are you here? 360. Bro, just tell me what do you want? Let's see, man. Are you gonna get a pop here? 350 to go. What time is it? 10:20. So still a lot of time in the NY session, right? And this should set you up for the session now. So same concept, right? If you come up towards 46.98, you want to see like one consistent move up. You don't want to see like any of this, right? And I know we said we had buy ideas for like above 47.18, right? Above that area once that breaks through. But that could change also if you create like structure. So if price were to like pull back, create like higher lows on the way up, like let's say it comes all the way down towards these areas, rejects, right? So I'll mention FEG there. So if that were to happen and you were to close back above like 46.59, 46.60, you can look for ideas above here, because then this would just be another higher low you have, right? So on top of this one, you have another higher low there. Then you zoom out, you look at this is your initial low, higher low, right? And if you get another higher low, it's like, why aren't you coming down? You re-break the highs above there, ideas can be within this range. But what stopped me right now is just the idea that you don't have that higher low yet. Right, so it's a little far for the ideas for buys right now. Are you hunting first initial reaction? So yeah, at 46.98. So that's like just the next amount of resistance. How I found it, like just off of this. I wouldn't use this. I think this is a little weaker. But I'll use this, like 46.98. I think it's pretty fair. And then originally we had like 47.18. So if it comes up if it does the same thing I did earlier, where it comes up and then like boom, you get a reaction like that, it's like GG's, right? We'll move that zone up further, maybe towards 18, or maybe even higher towards like 33. 33 will be off of just these areas here. Let's see, pushing up here. Can you get some volume? 320 to go. We see this range run breakout playing the bullish day, respect the daily low too. Would I consider this as R1 breakout play on bullish day? Would I consider this as an R1 breakout play on a bullish day? Yeah, because now I think I just have this as one range right now. But yeah, above like 46.18 or 47.18, 47.31, that's range 2, right? And above there could be clean. So yeah. Bro, what are you looking for? I'm confused. Man, you gotta look, listen, look, listen. Next idea I have right now is a 46.98 wick entry sell, which means that if you come straight up towards 46.98 without pulling back, very key, you don't pull back. Because if you pull back, you create high lows on the way up. Very key, you don't pull back. 46.98, that is my wick entry sell at that zone. Right? And we'll probably look to take TP approximately here. One more thing, stop loss. I think same thing as earlier, right? Around 2,300 pips. I think a little less now, actually. 2,200. You know what? Let's use this. No, actually, no. Yeah, I'll use this. I'll leave it as that. 46. Is there anything between? Anything between those two areas? Maybe here. That wick right here. 46, 42. Or 49, 42 would be the stops. At 46.98. So that is going to be roughly 2,400. So I think lots would be around 0.04 still. Yeah, that's pretty fair. 0.04 lots off of that. And also, guys, since he came up a little further here, right, above 5.9, maybe there could be ideas below here. So we moved it earlier from sells below 45.77 to 47.05 because you made a high here earlier. But now that you made a steeper high, I wonder if we can look for ideas instead below the blue line, the blue zone now, below these areas, right? Because you're just moving that zone up. Like earlier, we're looking for sells at 45.77 below there, right? When it came out towards 46.33, but then it came up higher. Then look, we moved the box up. Where are our sell ideas later? Below here, right? 46.05. Now that I came up higher, move it up. 46.27 below here. That'll be your sell idea. So you just kind of move the box up. You know what, bro? I mean, just take a buy, bro. Just take a buy. Just buy. Cool. Just buy. Yeah. Just buy. Definitely buy. Yeah. Oh, so you hear that one? Trading's so peaceful. Yeah, I love it. Very peaceful activity. I'm in sell since 4591. Damn, that's DD. So I took the buys. Now what? See what I mean? W. Someone listen. You better close full. Chat, if you guys enjoyed the stream, leave a like and sub to the channel, man. Appreciate y'all being here today. It's been a not bad session. I think price action today I'll give it 5.5. Could be a 6. I think it could pick up. I don't think we're like done for this session. I think we're about to get a steeper move here. How much did you move today so far? 900 pips, right? So the most volatile session so far this week. It's a lot. 900 pips. Basically 90 pips. Yo, Drew, thanks for a tier 1, man. Thank you. Where is it in your Discord where you see people trades? That's in the DVSO1 chat. So I'm live there right now with no delay. And yeah. They had some Asian session bangers last night. Chat, yes took a lot. Everyone had Asian positions last night. Asian in London for sells. Just saying, but top you create right now is a monthly flip. Oh, good one. You're correct. I didn't notice. Good eye. Yeah, monthly flip. So could it be a steeper bottom wick on the monthly? All right, or it's not my bad. Steeper top wick on the monthly. You're only 2 days in. Why aren't you going up here? It's like it slowed down. It's slowed down for the last hour, I think. Why? Yeah. Well, 45 minutes. Rhetorical question. All right, like why? Like what's the reason? Because you should be, generic price action shows that you should be driving up. That's a nice 15 closure. Nice 30 and 15 closure right there. That's a very nice 30 closure. Nice strong bullish candle. You have a nice bottom wick, nice wick fill. So could this create a bottom with the drive up? Starting to glitch a little bit. Spreads got a little tighter, I think. Motherfucking glitch. Peace out, Addy. Do you analyze DXY? No. I don't. I look at just gold. So I look at just gold and like just price action on gold, and it kind of tells me what the DXY will be doing. I think DXY is more so people who swing trade, because like if you're looking for just a small particular move, like and you see gold going up, like you can say that this would be considered somewhat more bullish right now, right? So DXY is probably going down, somewhat going down. But I think if you're a swinger, yeah, DXY could be more helpful. You're not wrong, man. You are not wrong. Y'all gotta stop pushing this order block propaganda. I'm gonna start pushing the leg candle propaganda. Your WAP is too expensive, and you're in here for free right now. Too expensive, no buy. Too expensive, watch on YouTube for free. You can still learn. Nothing wrong with that. I got a free playbook. I look like a pineapple. Jay, you gotta push here. Let's see. Get ready. Is it gonna come up within one push? No bottom wicks, no reactions. Let's see. So far, looking good. Looking good. This rebreaks the lowest GGs though. This is looking good so far. Can it push straight up here? Get ready for it. 46.98. Don't break that low. Glitch. The glitch from Wreck and Ralph. Can we get it? 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 One more pop. Get ready. One more pop. Next pop. Hello? GG's. GG's. That was your wick entry idea. All right, so next idea. Now we just move it up, right? Psychological warfare. Don't get FOMO. That was your move though. That was close, but we'll move it up now. So no longer gonna use a 46.98. I think next zone we're gonna have is 47.31. So you gotta wait now for another 350 pip pop up. And that might be the last zone because above there, that's when things get a lot more bullish, right? But I'm assuming that'll be your last area for the wick entry sell. $41. What was 5.9 again? Bottom wick area. 5.9 could be pretty useful. Let's leave that. I think we can delete these down here. 5. This could be pretty useful. Maybe a little lower. Maybe below 40 could be sells. A lot earlier. How much is this? This is gonna need to push down 500 pips. So yeah, sell idea is still available, right? Throughout the day, that never changed. We just kept moving it up, and I just moved it up again to 46.37. So it went from like 46.59 to, or 45.59 to below 45.87, and then next zone is gonna be 45.37. So if this were to come down and correct, right? So still a possibility that this can be a lower high. You still haven't broken much structure. I'll say once you break this though. But yeah, that was close though, chat. I think that was like maybe we were, how far was that? 46, 47.99. That was maybe like 30 pips away. Just one more re-break. And I thought the second re-break was gonna be the pop. That was close. But it wasn't our area, right? $300 pips in profit right now, Don. Show us to the guy on YouTube. Yeah, bro, I told you to buy, man. Said buy. Okay, so the re-break here is gonna be 350. So that's the next zone, chat. And then above, like here, that's when we start looking for ideas for buys. Right? When it gets to the highs, we buy high. So yeah, still got a long way to go. Maybe if you create structure, like if, let's say you pull back now, but you don't close below like 37, right? Let's say you pull back like this or something, and then you come back up to re-break, we can look for buys ahead. We don't gotta wait for above 31, but that's gonna be after that structure, if you get that structure, that higher low. So it could be ahead. Yeah, FVG at 4705. Up here, right? Yeah. Let's see. What I have here, let's delete this. Let's see, how fast is this correction if you get a correction? Versus the movement wasn't bad. Like it had a good start over here, and then it slowed down throughout this. Right? So I think the only thing you're missing here to continue from here on out is just like that higher low. Or for us to get ideas. Don, if this is bullish, where is wick entry? Above 31, like we'll have a bunch of them above that area. Because I think above, maybe even above 47.55, but above there it's just like clean traffic after that, right? You just come up, correct the entire move from London. So then wick entry buys, yeah, on like those smaller pullbacks. It doesn't even have to be like liquidity pullbacks anymore after that. It can just be like lower highs or higher lows, like small higher lows. Like you wouldn't need to see like this, right? Like if it stays this bullish for that long above here, it's like you can just look for those small higher lows and then look for wick entry buys or on every pullback. Let's see, 31 is our last area here, chat. Can we get a 31? 31 is based off of these areas to the left here. And a little bit of this. So this and this. this and this, this and this. And then someone mentioned 4705, right? There's also a minor zone there too. Oh, now it tapped 99 though. Same stops. Might move them a little higher. If we get the 30, maybe we can use this then. Yeah. So maybe it's open until 3 lot. Let's see. This is a nice 5 closure here. So 15 minutes until a 1 hour closure until 11 here. 15 minutes. What's up, Jordy? Cal, what do you guys rate price today? I think I'll give it a 6, honestly. Like, we came close like twice. Like, very close. Basically, like, right there. I think it's 6 out of 10. Good, pretty good day. Maybe 6.5 day. Depending on how you move the rest of the session, but I'll say we got about 15 minutes left, and then we'll start placing like session stop losses and then go on from there. I don't know why this push wasn't as consistent though. I think this could have been a bit stronger up. Still doing the same thing within this range here, like drive, range, drive, range, drive, range. It's the same example as yesterday's NY session when you were going up like this, and then London corrected it, right? Same idea. Oh man. 1-2 pop. Xauusd can still be a thing here, guys. Still a possibility. I think we're like 500 pips away. You need background music? You think so? Let's do a poll, because I actually, some people said they didn't want background music. Yes. No. Let's see. Don't be 50-50. Oh shit, y'all say no. Boss man CEO, thank you. Y'all said no. 52% no, man. I feel like no music is the future. Nah, I don't play music because I don't listen to music during the session anymore. And for the copyrighted music, it makes me hungry. I don't know, elevator music makes me hungry. No, it just makes me hungry. Not really the distraction part, but just hungry. Oh no, stomach starts like rumbling. And I don't eat until the end of the session, so I don't eat until around 1. So I'd be fasting from like the morning until 1. Fuck, you mean hungry? Yeah, you play some lo-fi music. Count how many times your belly grumbles, bro. I'm telling you. Play lo-fi music in the morning during the NY session tomorrow morning. Don't eat until after the session, and count how many times your stomach growls. It's gonna speed up the process. Bro, play Candy Shop. Welcome to the DVS stream. Did anyone get those wick entries, by the way, though? The ones we came close to? Anyone else just said, fuck it. It was real close. No judgment. What's happening at Bitcoin? I think you are sitting in that range. Right? Yeah. Sitting in the range. All right, gold, come on. Something. You moved up today. How many pips? 1,100 pips. Leg candle on the 5. Last 5 to 1. What's the poll? Where did it go? What's the poll at, guys? I can't see it. %54% no music. W poll. So no music is ahead right now. Leg candle fill in the 5. Chat, we're about to run out of time though. We got maybe another 3 minutes, and then session stop loss, maybe another 15. And let's see. Our last trade was last Friday, and tomorrow's Friday, so you know what that means, guys. About to build some good discipline tomorrow. Who's ready? Oh no, today is Thursday. Let's see if we get something. Tomorrow's the big Friday. I just buy at 4663, Don. Nice, man. I'm happy for you. Hope it goes up 1,000,000 pips for you here. You're about to have a 15 flip. Do, 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 do. Sound sarcastic? No. Well, I don't know what to say. Like, I hope it doesn't play out for you. Like, of course, I'll hope it plays out for them. How that sound sarcastic? Or my bad. Let me enter too. You know what I mean? What was I supposed to say? Are you gonna stream next Friday? What's next Friday? Oh, my birthday. I think so. It's just the morning. Yeah, I'll stream. I'll be on stream next Friday. Forgot it's my birthday. It's a big reason why I stopped streaming. I'm not nice like you. People annoy me. Hey man, you just gotta be yourself. If people annoy you, flip them off. If they still want to watch you after, it's up to them. But you can't make everyone happy. You try to make everyone happy, everyone's gonna hate you. So if you wanna be mean, be mean. The ones that stay, they're there to watch you. It's only when you try please everybody, right? Change it the way you are. That's when you're not gonna have a fun time. Forgot my birthday, dead ass coming up. When's your birthday? You Aries too? Hey, who in the chat is Aries gang? Nah, will I be unk at 22? Nah, 22. No unk yet. 24. No, 20. Nah, honestly, bro, you probably won't be unk until like. Actually, nah. 23, you're gonna be unk. 24, 25, 26, you're not unk. 27, you're not unk. 28, you're unk again. And 32, you're unk again. Or 33, you're unk again. And then the rest, you're young. And then 38, 39, I think you're unk again. Something like that. Red folders that day, yeah, I'll be on. For sure. Do you have a course to teach your exact strategy? I have the playbook that teaches my exact strategy right now, but DBS 02 is not coming out yet. Perhaps this month. This is all we got right now. I'm surprised nobody figured this out yet. You guys haven't figured this rock out yet? There's like a puzzle. No, not a single person has done it yet. Surprise. Maybach music. Hey, reggae? What's up? Hey, 1 hour closure. Can we get a push? Hourly open. Yeah, it's a pretty strong bullish candle. It's like the 15 earlier. Or 30 minutes earlier. Pretty strong candle. This would be a great wick entry buy zone if this was to be above 47.29. Because this is like the range. Like this is literally if you get a correction, that's your Asian session move from last night. Like this is your New York the last 2 days, and this is your Asian, right? And you did get a reaction during Asian in the similar structure, not price. I think it was somewhere else, but in terms of structure. So this would be a good area. But I don't think it's bullish enough yet. Because if it comes down towards that 27 right now, there's a chance that I can just correct the rest of the push, right? And then this could just end up being like your lower high. And you're liquidating. Check daily Tuesday, November 11. 2011 November? Or you mean like getting in the 1 hour wick fill thoughts? Yeah, I think it looks like the previous 15. My bad, 30. Strong bullish closure. You have a nice wick fill. Next candle opened up and drove up. There's like a small bottom wick too. 1 hour candle could be the same thing, yeah. There's a steeper bottom wick this time. If anything, that's better. November year 11. Year 11? Year 2011. Year 2011, what happened? Man, this is far back. Yeah. I sell at 46.80. What do you think? 46.80? I think you're on profit. So then just get your BE zones out, your trail stop zones out, and then wherever your TP is, right? Yeah, that's good. Let's see, can we get a pop here? Can we get a pop for Rambo? $22 seconds here. 4-minute closure. So this correction, if you look at it, it hasn't been too strong, right? Like this move up, like if anything, this move down is a lot slower right now too, so it hasn't even picked up. Which means that this can get corrected fast. Which means that if this does end up being a bottom wick at, let's say 46, 43, there could be potential buys back above 46.83, right? And then 1 hour session stop loss. I'll wait to see if it can tap into 61 first here. Maybe if it breaks below 61, we'll move our session stop loss to 83. But I want to see this is going to be a quick pop where it's going to be a slow sluggish on the way down here. Because it looks like it's glitching, right? Spreads got a little smaller too. So this could glitch down. As long as it's faster than like these moves down here, you're good. Missiles dance and goes 1800. Yeah. Every time I hop on the sim again, I'm like, wow, this is literally like you get like you'll see like this move today, This would maybe be like 25 pips 3 years ago. But it's still the same candle movement, right? That's the thing. It's just that the ranges are a lot smaller. So what's the poll saying? No music? No music. It might be no music, guys. People like the peaceful quiet. I thought you guys liked the mouse stuff too, but yes, it sounds like not turn that shit off. The mouse clicks. I just found it 4 times, bro. Facts though. You literally got one guide yesterday. Let's see, 1 hour flip. Looking like our chances are very slim today, guys. Unless you get like really like a volume that really kicks in here. Any trades today? Yeah, the drop from last night was nice. But I was drinking Asian. I couldn't get it. Today, yeah, the drop sets us up for the NY session, which was like today we're just trying to figure out if that was gonna be a continuation of that drop. Or are we gonna get a correction of that drop? Because then the idea behind that drop yesterday was that it was like a higher low, right? To then continue up. So now we're just trying to figure out how we could continue up. So then I think I just end up having like ideas for buys above here today. Above like 47.18, 47.29 in those areas. Because then above there you just have this range fill. So yeah, it still hasn't gone there today. But tomorrow could be good. Damn, it's already a second. Quarter 2. Let's see, 1-2 pop. Can we get it? If this is a 1-2 pop, this should be clear within like a 2-minute candle. 280 pips. Hold on, might be. Retesting the lows. I'll push a lot more than that. One hour re-breaking the lows too. So you haven't had any trades today? No, not yet. Not yet today. I'm happy for you, Rambo. Energized for you. Now you can watch ICT officially. All right. So you got a bottom wick again. Reflipping on the one. Decent bottom wick too. Came down towards these areas, right? So the question now becomes, can you get the break of 46.99? And then maybe we can get some ideas above there. I think if this if we come up to break above 46.90, I'll move the session stop loss to this low, to the 1 hour low. And if that breaks, we'll call it a day. Bro, you missed 1,000 pips just to get up to 4,700 zone, then you long? Seriously? Yes. I waited today, and I said that this morning. We're gonna wait, actually more than that. We're gonna actually wait until like, not 4,700, that's too small. We were gonna wait for this entire 1,400 pip move for the buys. So it's 1,400 pips. Can we get a pop? The re-break again. Is this the one? Is this the one? Can we get a pop? It's only like 100 pips till you re-break, till you fill the range. And then, man, you'd be right there. Below at... Ourselves will be below like 46.27. But I would imagine like... Yeah, if you can clear this quick, this should be quick as well. And that would be your move of the day. Look how long it took to kind of come up, right? So now you want to start paying attention to that. This move up here was like 53 bars, so 53-minute candles. If it's like a correction that's like a lot less, let's say within 10, that's that's an indication. Some more information. What was this blue zone here? What did I have there? Bottom wick? I think a bottom wick. Or a reaction zone. That's what I had there. 44, 40. It's a minor zone. So if we can push through there, below 27 should be like clean traffic. Like that's like clean traffic. The cleanest of the clean. Say that again, bro. Below 46.27. It was one of the things that we're looking for this morning. So remember how early you came in, you're like, that move from yesterday played out? This is the exact same concept. There's nothing different from yesterday. Like yesterday when you had this where was it? Think of it, yesterday you were like here. Like, so think of this range here, right? Like Monday or Tuesday and Wednesday, you were sitting here, right? That was like Tuesday, Wednesday. And then yesterday, you corrected it within one push. Like a 1-2 pop down. That structure is the exact same. Like, look, when you look at this, see how like long it took to kind of come up here? You got 1-2 correction. Go on the minute. Look. What does that look like? So it's not about like how much you moved up today or like how many pips it was. How did it move up? Like how consistent were those candles going up? Right? It started off consistent, I think over here, and then it started to slow down here, right? So it might not even mean anything. It might mean maybe this is a higher low to come back up, right? If it does do that, then our buy ideas could be above these areas. But if you start noticing that it starts to correct the rest of the move, right? There's a high chance that if you break below 27, that'll be the rest of the push. That'll be your clean traffic. And those would be our ideas for sellers. So that's why like our buy ideas like took very long to kind of play out, because it's the same thing as Monday and Tuesday. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, right? You were coming up, but I didn't have any ideas throughout the week. And the move that we wanted to see happened during Asian. Same thing today, right? NY session, we're kind of waiting for this to kind of play out still. So that's why the buy ideas were really far away today, because all of that needs to push through and break. Like that doesn't mean like taking like buys, you know, here's the bad thing. But like in terms of what I was looking for today, I was waiting for all of this to kind of play through and then create some type of structure to confirm that it's going up. Otherwise, it can still follow its trend from like this major push down here. Right? These can still be your lower highs. You still haven't even broken this high. That makes sense? But let's see. We have like maybe we broke the lows here. So what I'll do probably is I'll place like a session stop loss here. If you flip, you continue to drive up. But if you continue to hold that, then ideas could be down below here. I started using rebreak as a way to avoid fake outs liquidity, and the rebreak as a way to find real breakouts. Over the past 2 days, it hasn't been working. What would you suggest? 2 days isn't enough like data, man. Sometimes it's a lot deeper than just like a rebreak. Like how was the structure printed prior to the rebreak? It's different every time. Like not every rebreak's the same. Like if you have like a move coming down strong, you take a rebreak, right? It's different compared to like a move like creating structure, get a rebreak, you can get a correction of it. Like like a lot of things outside of just the rebreak matters too, right? So maybe look around the trade, like look to see how the structure was the last 2 days when you took it. Because it's a lot deeper than just like a rebreak. That's why like the old playbook is kind of like outdated, because it's a lot deeper than just like waiting for a celery. Right? Like you still wait for him, sure, but to increase your probability, you want to align with the rest of the time frames too, right? It's like all the other time frames around that or surrounding that. All right. Let's see. So yeah, still hasn't broken. I think he came close there, right? No, yeah, that was kind of close to breaking. So still hasn't hit our session stop loss. If this comes back down again to re-break this low, I'll move the session stop loss down towards this high. You know what? Let's just move it down now. There's no point. I'll move the session stop loss to 46.77. What else do you have today? Nothing, right? FOMC member speaks at 12:45, and that's it. That's all you got. That will be your session. You want this flipping out of a 30 leg candle? Where? You have a 30 leg candle somewhere? Oh, if it closed bullish. True. True. No, that's XYZ. A, B, C, X, Y, Z. Do you guys think when we hop off, there's gonna be a move? Or no? .67 minus 1.27. Come on, gold. Just like break the high or something. God damn. What if waiting for a setup all day and stop loss hit in a second? Yeah, that happens. That is a possibility. You can wait for a sell for a whole week and your first trade back could be a stop loss. That happens. What's up, Jordy? Five leg candle here. Is he gonna break? 7-7. Looks like it may. Whiffington. Morning, man. Plot twist? Is this a plot twist? Let's see. Second wave on the way down. 5 leg candle cannot get filled. Came close. 10 pips away there from hitting the session stop loss. Can it push? It's got to push down. Let's see. 420 pips. Do I like to trade oil? No. No ideas to trade oil. At least yet. For a while. I think if I add another pair ever, the next pair will probably be US 30. But I don't think I'm adding another pair anytime soon. Can we get a glitch here? Can we get a pop? 370 pips away. 70 pips away from breaking the lows here. So we'll see how much volume that brings in if that breaks the lows again. Because that's going to be the 1 hour re-break. That's the third time you're re-breaking on lows. or second time. And then below 27, that's like near the 4-hour flip, right? So you're looking to take advantage of that pop. From there down towards here, that's like 330 pips. Very nice. Question is like, is it gonna come down that far though, right? So yeah, that is the next idea. Why wouldn't it? I never said it wouldn't. I just don't know. I don't know if it's gonna come down. I don't know if it's gonna range for the session. I don't know if it's gonna come up. You know what I mean? But if it does, then that'll be amazing. We can get those ideas. Mm. 911 RSR. Sheesh. Live recording. This is a live recording. I think 466 rejection and back up. What is that? 66, 4630. Oh, 66 is right there. That's mad close. What's SEMA? Car event in Vegas? What's your favorite designer brand to wear? Vivid. What is Shima? What that mean? You are gambling on Polymarket? Where do you guys get these questions from? Am I gambling? No, I haven't tried out Polymarket yet. Not yet. Slang and what? Polish? That'll be Poland, man. I want to go to Poland. W Poland. Who's here from Europe? There's nothing in Poland. They got Penzo. Where are you from? Narnia. All right, man. All right, yo. I think I'm gonna move this down towards this high. Cause it's about to be 12. How long have we been live for? I've been live for 3 hours and 27 minutes. Not bad. Not bad, chat. Whole week, no trades. Pretty good. Pretty good. Good discipline. I think the closest we came to a trade this week was today. Because I wasn't here on Monday. Tuesday and Wednesday, nothing close. Today, close twice. Like very close. And then tomorrow's Friday. So, or maybe we might get something still. Let's see. Maybe today's still available. But yeah, tomorrow's Friday. That's the week. Yo, is this Farzel's burner? Is Farzel here today? $30-hour trade video, W video. Had to make something out of it, you know? Uh-oh. Yeah, some volume. Can it pop? How much is this? 300 pips to go. That's like nothing. That's like 1 minute candle. Boom. Boom. Correction. So we moved our session stop loss down, guys. It is going to be 68. So if we break the high, GG's. Then maybe we'll move it down towards the 1 hour, 50-minute flip here. You never tired, bro? Always full of energy. You don't think I'm tired right now? I sound tired, no? Chad, do I sound tired? Like today on stream? So close getting stopped out. You in the cells? Okay. Have you ever been sober during the stream? Maybe once, I think. I didn't have a good time. It was like July 2024. Let's see. Can we get a pop here, guys? Let's see. Come on, gold. I'm waiting all morning for this push. Is it gonna happen? Is it going to happen? So below 27, right? Secondary breaks, lower highs. Boom, 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 boom. You're in there. Clean traffic. But secondary break, very important, not the first break. First break can get a reaction. 280 pips away. That's really far. This thing should be moving a lot faster than this. You need like, you need like something like this. At which sells off a level, instant DD, always been instant DD when I enter. Can't tell that I should be more patient. Nah, I don't mean that. People caught positions yesterday when I didn't do anything too. Like I think I do see ideas within my ideas. But I think I'm usually looking for like a much more like much more directional. But I don't think that means that though. But look, you might be good now though. If this can push, I'd be set. Sometimes right idea, wrong timing, Nothing's been super quality. Yeah, last week we had three trades. First week of the quarter though. So April's not bad for us. We've had 75 trades in April overall. 94 in March though, so March is pretty heavy. I think March is like our most tradable month. But last month we only had 8 trades, so 6-7% in January. April, May, June. Yeah, it's pretty average, pretty decent. We don't get a lot of trades in quarter 4 though. You see the drop in quarter 4? Like it went from like 70, 80, 70, 80, 70, 80 to all of a sudden like 50, 30, 30, 30. And the year starts off at 80. January is our worst month. Our worst month in January. Our best month here shows like March. Quarter 4 is not too bad too. Quarter 4 is our best quarter. Surprisingly. But it's pretty consistent. All right, what's happening here, man? You're gonna hit the high 6-7. So yeah, we moved it towards 6-7 here. That is gonna be this high. You have a 5 leg here, so let's see what happens there. But looking like it might be GG's. I stream every day. Yeah, I do. Monday to Friday. Should be here tomorrow and next week. I'm out. Have a good day. Peace out, Bossman CEO. W Bossman CEO. Hey, did you guys lose to Sweden? Wait, did Italy not make the World Cup too? Damn, they lost to Bosnia? Damn. Oh, we got some volume here, guys. Let's see what this is. Let's see what this is. 250 pips away from breaking 27. Can it happen? Will the wait pay off today? Will this drop? I'm gonna get some water. Let's move this down, man. This thing is not really pushing consistently. You filled the leg candle though. How much was that leg candle fill? 50 pips in the 5. One hour closure in a minute. All right, this is it. 1 hour opening. Might be GG's. Tapped it. Let's see if that re-breaks, we'll call it. That right there. That 64.60 tap. It feels like we're in drawdown right now. All right, I think that's it, guys. We'll give it an extra hour here. But still like no volume from like this. The first half of the move was decent on the way up, and then the second half the move up pretty slow, and this move down has been pretty slow too. So yeah, this could still be structure to continue up, and these can be your higher low zones. Same thing happened here to the left. You can still come up from here. The only issue is that's a little late now for me, right? But the session could pick up still. But yeah, I'll see you guys tomorrow at 8 a.m. 8:15, 8:20 in the morning. We have, I think, NFP tomorrow, right? Yeah, tomorrow's a big day, NFP. So 8:30 we'll be there. Forgot about that. NFP tomorrow. All right. So I'll see y'all then. Have a good day, everybody. If you didn't get any trades, it's okay. Just be patient, be disciplined. I'm sure those trades will come. And I'll see y'all tomorrow morning. All right. Peace, peace. Thanks everybody for coming by. Laters. Peace, peace.
Niggas crazy. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, I'm in this bitch, man. No, I can't change myself, not for nobody. I think all these niggas hating cause they broke pipes. And I know you don't get geek, you don't need pop mileage. I've been dressing in the southern Japanese girl. And now I'm in. And now I'm in. And I'm chillin' with a young brew. And I'm chillin' with the lit crew. And they watching me like you too. I'm amazing, I can't be you. But I tell her pussy be you. Let her free, jump my key, you. Ain't tell my yay, ayy, nigga fuck a graduation. We ain't got no hoes, boy, you at home masturbating. She love my flush, she say she love my dad cadence. She so pretty, she ain't do no damn playing. Fuck a pussy, I shoot her where he downstairs. Put your hands up, hands up, hands up. Put your hands up, hands up, hands up. Put your hands up, hands up, hands up. Tell her wave it in the air front. I put my beat in some bass, I'll tell her dance for me. I cannot be with my son, that my little homie. I'm cut down, give a fuck out, this is dead homie. No, I can't change myself, not for nobody. I think all these niggas hating cause they broke pipes. And I know you don't get geek, you don't need pop mileage. I've been dressing in the southern